All right, there we go. All right, guys, Speedle Showdown number 45. We are here in the finals. Tetra and Blaze. Haven't seen these two like anywhere near top 3 in a while. Blaze hasn't participated or played in months. So this will be cool. Blaze is currently using the Volcanic Switcheroo deck that we saw top 8 at the Winnabox. That's been fun to watch for the bracket, guys. Check out the bracket VOD also because we saw Blaze a couple times, and it's a really interesting deck to use with Blaze Accelerator and Switcheroo. And Tetra, I believe, is playing Ratbox. Let's go ahead and go to main screen, and let's check it out. Don't worry, guys. You aren't missing anything in the bronze match. It is Striker and Ron Wiz. That is a Moth Mirror. If we have time, we can check out some Moth Mirror. I know you guys love that. But let's see how the finals go here. Tetra bubbled every single event in the weekend. No, that's unfortunate. I wasn't able to participate in the weekend. I know there was the main event. I know that like a lot of folks that usually participate here were in the main event over the weekend. Can't wait to see some of those lists. That's the community for you. That's funny. All working together to get any prize in. All right, Blaze, we got the Switcheroo, looks like, right away. We're not playing that, are we? Yeah, hard drawing Blaze Accelerator 3 matches in a row is unfortunate, Blaze, but that's what Switcheroo's for. So those of you who aren't familiar, we covered this in the Winnabox Finals decklist breakdown also, because this deck top 8 in the Winnabox. Previous Winnabox for Speedle League. But essentially, like, Volcanic Rocket gets you Blaze Accelerator, and Rocket's just like a really good card, 1900 attack. So you get Blaze Accelerator from Rocket, but you never use it. You just Switcheroo. So essentially, Rocket just lets you draw a card, but you have no skill. You can use Switcheroo twice a duel. So we've seen Blaze kind of profit off that pretty significantly, and it doesn't even have to be with Blaze Accelerator. If you don't like your hand, Switcheroo is Switcheroo. You know, you can still use it pretty well. Obviously, ideally, you're getting that extra card for free with Blaze Accelerator off Rocket, and then you're just putting it back in the deck so you can keep grabbing it. But we got a Rocket and 2 set from Blaze, so that's looking pretty good to start. And we're looking into the future for Tetra, and Tetra playing some variation of Ratbox. We saw looking into the future pretty consistently in the beginning of Duel Academy back in April. But I don't think I've seen it in a top 3 as a skill used in a while. Not in the Showdown. Tetra, full back row. Yeah, can't activate spell cards a turn to use this skill. This skill's really good if you're just a trap monster. Literally have trap monsters, but are also yourself a trap monster. Gonna Switcheroo again. There's that Blaze Accelerator that we knew was in hand. And just like that, Switcheroo burned for the duel, but Blaze getting a little bit of versatility there with the cards. We're gonna floodgate that breaker. Don't even get a chance to use that counter. That's 1,000 defense. Most things can clear over that. Full back row from Blaze, and the Rocket, the mighty 1900 beater, gonna start swinging. Now, this might be Giant Rat if it's Ratbox, or it might be... We don't know what this is, right? It didn't get booked, right? DD Warrior Lady, potentially. Okay. Tetra playing on his phone. Nightmare Wheel on Rocket? Yeah, I'm confused too. Tetra clearly cheating. Write down everything. What do you mean you didn't write down the 3 cards from looking into the future? Yeah, no, we're going to Nightmare Wheel that Rocket. Okay, so the burn starts. Holding on to this monster. And Unfazed Zoma. Okay. Main phase looking into the future. So typically these decks don't run any spells like period. And I don't think Tetra's running any spells. At least not in the main deck. So like this is pretty much, you can just always use this. And you're just heavily influenced by traps and monster effects. Lava Golem, solid. That's that Floodgated Breaker and the Volcanic Rocket. Unfortunately, no more Nightmare Wheel, but you Lava Golemed them. And Lava Golem has to break through that Zoma to get to your life points there. Tetra all tapped out. Oh, we're not wasting any time. We're going to slam Zoma into Lava Golem. It's going to be a difference of 12. And going to put Blaze into Blaze down to 500 to burn out next turn. So we definitely need defense here. We got a full back row. Thanks for the follow, Extra Crispy 22. Wall Disruption. That puts Zoma down to 0. Still, though, Blaze burns. Isn't it a full 3? Oh, no, it's 18, 16. Sorry, puts Zoma down to 200. 800 times 2 is not 18. And Blaze burns out. We need Book and Moon. We need something in the draw. Yeah, we burn. Wow. You can tell this is going to be this is a fun finals. Double Floodgate. We never saw what this center card was. And a Rocket. You can tell it's a fun one. We got Lava Golems on both sides, but Blaze burning out for that game one. Tetra, Rat Box, not even seeing Rat. Just like weird burn everywhere. Calling a rat box offends you. You have rats in it, and so like I used to not call it rat box. I used to call it like, I don't remember what I called it, but then I got yelled at because it's like, it's got rat in it, it's rat box. And like rat box is like an in thing to call this deck. But I can call it something else. You don't have a name for this? I would just call it Looking into the Future. Although that's a pain in the butt to put on the graphic because it's such a long name. Let's see. What do you call this deck? It's got, yeah, I don't know. Looking into the Future. Just let the skill take command. That was game one for Tetra. We're in the siding phase right now. A lot of options here. Blaze, potential side options. Straight Flush, Cosmic Cyclone are your friends in this one. Also, Lava Golem is kind of touch and go. We did see both sides had 2 monsters at any given time. Burn build, stall build. I don't like Rat Box because it's like, there are only 2 rats in it. Like, you're not going to see the rat part. Zoma the Golem, that's like a great band name. Yeah. Zoma the Golem, like, this, without context, people just think that's a cool band name. Actually, just Golem is probably a great band name. Is there a band called Golem? Let's make that. All right, game 2. We be looking. Triple set pass from Tetra. Get ready for some engaging gameplay. Rocket, that's the best bet, actually, to go into this full back row. And we get Blaze Accelerator, which means Blaze did not hard draw that, finally, which means we get the switcheroo. So that's a great example of like a good turn one for this deck. Now we can kind of set what we want, and we can poke into this full back row. We'll see. Setting 2, and we're going to see if this breaks through or what we have in response for this. We know, well, Tetra most likely doesn't have Book and Moon. Yeah, Blaze is playing Blaze Accelerator. I really like that. It's very true to the it's true to the brand. Love that. We got a Nightmare Wheel on Rocket to get started. The burn begins. Blaze is going to drop to 35. Shout out to YouTube. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, now's your chance. Anything you want to say to the people watching the VOD on YouTube? Make sure those comments are extra spicy. But I can always turn this to emote only. Yeah, we're looking into the future here. There's a set monster. We're going to... Yeah, just setting a pass. Pressure's on for Blaze. Needs to deal with this Nightmare Wheel and figure out how to cut through. We do have another switcheroo option. He's figured it out. He's not even playing Shell. Literally, you just get Blaze Accelerator for switcheroo bait. It's genius. Why would you play why would you play Volcanic the right way when you can just take the good part of it? Although I'm sad because no one plays Doomfire anymore. All right, double burn coming out. We got the Nightmare Wheel on the set monster, and it's just going to be one of these games, isn't it? Although we do see Tetra up 1. Looking into the future. And, yeah, we just wait. I mean, technically, Blaze burns out first. Is it really going to be one of these? Maybe. You want... one monster only. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There we go. There's a second Nightmare Wheel. We put a little more pressure on the Blaze side. I wouldn't be surprised if both hands had a Lava Golem. Ooh, Ladybug. Solid for Tetra. Yeah, this is Ladybug in the main. We saw this in a similar deck in the Winterbox also. Ladybug just in the main deck. Well, this is game 2. We could have sided it. But essentially just giving you an edge to any burn deck. Because the Ladybug to counteract the Nightmare Wheel is just really good. But we have 2 Nightmare Wheels running on Blaze's side. So we are going to see Tetra with more burn. Makes sense, though. Tetra was looking into the future. So looking into the future, you can identify the Ladybug, and you want to put that on top if you're getting Nightmare Wheeled. That makes sense. Blaze's turn. Tetra down to 2,000. And what? I mean, do we do a second monster here? Or we just keep passing. Blaze is at 7 cards or 6 cards. It's weird seeing those 6 eyes stare at you. So Tetra technically dies first because the standby 1,000 loss on Blaze side will happen before the Ladybug. Right, math? I'm surprised one of these other monsters is, or one of these other traps is a second Nightmare Wheel for Tetra. I'm imagining that we're seeing Jinzo and Wall Disruption potentially, which is not going to help you right here. We don't want to play a second monster to play around Lava Golem, looks like. Oh! We got a second monster. Here we go. I mean, we got 7 cards in Blaze's hand. Like, what do you think? Tetra going down to 15 now, briefly. Going to gain 5 on his turn. This is appropriate music for this. Plays with a Nobleman. So I think that we either had Nobleman or Lava Golem in hand, and we were wondering if we want to do one or the other. But I feel like the value of Zombina. Oh, man, that does nothing, too. But still, that's a fine hit with Nobleman. Good side from Blaze. Yeah, the 1,000 life point loss each turn is too valuable. I don't think we Lava Golem. Blaze goes down to 2,000. Tetra goes up to 2,000. We looking. We passing. All right, run it. Tetra down to 1,000 here. Would you side straight flush? That'd be a great card here. A lot of these stall decks, straight flush is a great answer. We're going for the end phase. No actions. Yep, Blaze having to discard. Blaze is technically in a spot where he wins here if Tetra doesn't have an out, but I think these decks main 2 Ladybugs. We could see another one. We are looking into the future. That would be the answer that Tetra needs, and we got to do it like now. Tetra up to 15, and also Blaze should be down to 15. Blaze draws. We see Tetra drop to 5. He's got 2 more turns. He's got 1 more turn. And we see another set monsters. So we're just like baiting the lava golem out here. Do we want a lava golem? I think Tetra might have an out to a lava golem, well, no, we're not playing spells, are we? We might have an out to a lava golem as opposed to a nightmare wheel here. And that might be what we're trying to bait. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. We're going to tribute. Oh, we actually have a tribute monster here. There goes the Volcanic Rocket for Gap, the Divine Soldier. That flips everything up to face-up attack and does not trigger any flip effects. That is, we haven't seen Gap, the Divine Soldier since before Battle City. That's huge. Nightmare Wheel still applies, but you can flip it up. We can actually go, we can swing for Tetra's face here. We don't even need to wait for the burn. Do we have an answer, though? Do we floodgate this? I mean, if we have a floodgate, I think we floodgate. We have a match result for the bronze. The double moth mirror has concluded. And whoops, bring that over here. It was Ron Wiz 2-0. Ron Wiz maintaining top 3, 3rd place. We're on a tear now. Good stuff, Striker. Best luck next time. Meanwhile, if Blaze wins this, we're going to a game 3. Yeah, Judge, he's stalling. He's stalling in a tournament with no time limit. One of the reasons why I love not Swiss format. I will put a gun in my mouth if I got to deal with stalling calls and like time call. I hate that. Keep it nice and easy. I think that Gap still has to flip things face up. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Gap the Divine Soldier since the release of Battle City. Before Battle City, the Dark Moth deck would run like Dark Ruler Hades and Gap. Gap was huge. I especially loved Gap. Because like everyone was setting tentatively around Moth. Because like Moth was like just an unstoppable force before Battle City. So, like, Gap was the out. Because you just Gap. You'd set knowing that no one was going to try and swing over that, right? Your opponent sets, like, timidly. And then you just tribute for Gap, and then you got your Parasite target. It was amazing. All right, we have Nudoria and DD Warrior Lady here out. And, oh, we had another switcheroo? How about that? We are really far into game 2. We had another switcheroo. Yeah, so 2 Nightmare Wheels on this Nudoria. Gap can swing over anything for lethal. But Tetra probably has something in the back row for attacks here. Wall Disruption. Wall Disruption, actually, we're still doing damage on the Nudoria, but then we lose our Nightmare Wheels. Wall Disruption, we lose to DD Warrior Lady. We're going to battle. And what do we hit? Warrior Lady? We value those Nightmare Wheels. It's a tough call. We are going into Nudoria for lethal. This is 1,000. Wall Disruption. That puts it down to 14, which is a difference of 2. Tetra lives. Oh, Tetra lives, and we lose the Nightmare Wheels. That was a tough one. That is unfortunate. It was a toss-up which one you want to target. But you lost your Nightmare Wheels there. And there was always the risk of getting Wall Disruption, which wasn't going to be lethal. And now Ladybug. Oh, no. You can start gaining life points without a care in the world. Yeah, we're in trouble. We also technically have lethal with DD Warrior Lady here. You haven't seen walls yet. Yeah, true. Now, I mean, if Tetra has another monster, we're looking pretty good. One card in Blaze's back row to deal with. But Tetra technically is lethal for Warrior Lady. Yeah, Wall Disruption is tough. Always something to keep an eye out for, especially if you're playing Looking in the Future, because you got to assume that they're not playing spells. So that's another great trap to just throw in. It seems like Tetra's just Nightmare Wheel, Zoma, Floodgate, Wall. Tetra going for lethal here. 1500 DD Warrior Lady. Do we see it? One back row in Blaze's back row. One back row in Blaze's back row. One set card in Blaze's back row. In back row set card. One set in back row. Or Sphere Karibo in hand? I don't think we've seen Sphere though. I think that hitting Warrior Lady would have won it. Well, no. Yeah, Pass would have won it. Because if you hit Warrior Lady, you were still going to get Wall Disruption, which brings Gap down to 14. So you actually die to Warrior Lady, but then you still win. So I think whether you swing Warrior Lady or pass it, you got it. Hey, it's a giant rat. Look, it's the Rat Box deck. That's the Rat Box right there. All right, let's go to... That's going to be... Oh, my God. Wait, that's Tetra. That's a 2-0 Tetra. I was so convinced Blaze was going to... Wow. That's a 2-0 Tetra. Blaze, you got second place, though. That's super great. I don't think you've top 3'd. Or maybe you got third, like, last year. But you got 30% of the pot with second place. That's pretty good. Definitely should be pretty proud of that. That was a tough one to close out the night. But Tetra, good stuff. Tetra, your Speedle Showdown number 45 champion. Let's go. Blaze, good stuff. I love this deck. I love the Volcanic Switcheroo. This is the first time we've seen it in the Showdown. We've seen other Volcanic. We've seen, like, TP Volcanic. We've seen Volcanic that uses the skill that actually works with Doomfire. But, man, Gap came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that at all. I don't even know if we need a Gap, though. I think the double Nightmare Wheel Tetra just couldn't deal with. Like, Wall Disruption, what do you do if you're just getting burned out? That's crazy. But Tetra had lethal there with DD Warrior Lady. Wow. And we see the one rat. It's not a Rat Box deck, I guess, because we never saw Rat. Tetra didn't need it. Looking into the future, it is. For sure. I mean, you found Golden Ladybug and you put it on the top of your deck, and then that was how you were living. He would have been dead like 6 turns ago. So good stuff to Tetra. That's going to conclude our bracket. Bronze match did conclude. We had Ron Wiz over Striker. That was a Moth Mirror. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate we didn't see that. Very, very unfortunate. But that puts Ron Wiz in 3rd. So your top 3 for Speedle Showdown number 45 is Tetra first place with not Rat Box, Looking in the Future, Traps, Annoyance. Blaze in 2nd place with the Volcanic Switcheroo. And then Ron with Moth in 3rd place. Cool. All right. Couple housekeeping things. I've processed the Showdown VODs for last week. That should be out tomorrow. So you'll see that. So if you see me put the graphic for last week's in the chat, in the Discord today or tomorrow, don't get it confused with today's Showdown. So you'll see last week's Showdown VOD come out like tomorrow. I mean, you'll see this one. I'm probably trying to work on this one tonight because I'll probably set to put that out this next week. And then literally tomorrow, we have a C-section for my daughter, because she is a week late, and we can't wait any longer. So that's going to put me out of commission for a few weeks, depending on how long showdowns take. We've been keeping between the 45-minute to an hour and a half on a Monday. I might be able to swing it still, potentially. Depends on how exhausted I am, but I'm sure I'll Terramaster and others I might tap on the shoulder to help run me a couple weeks. So more to come, but definitely showdown's going to continue. yeah, I think that's it, guys. Appreciate the viewership. And thank you for the gift subs and or regular subs. $46 pot. It all goes back to the players. Couldn't do it without you. All right, everybody, have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you all soon. See ya.